Okay, we're going to take a look at the homework here for the inverse inequality rule. So inverse means undo or reverse. So we're going to reverse something that is going on in the inequality. So we're going to look at when and how we do that. So first we're going to solve like normal. So we're going to solve, and here we have multiplication, -2 times h. So 2, the coefficient is multiplying the variable, and in order to solve, we're going to use inverse operations. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing over here. So we've got 2, 2 divided by 2, which is going to be 1, and then 8 divided by 2, which is 4. So we bring our inequality symbol down. But here, what's different is if we have a negative variable, so if we have a negative out here and then we divide by that variable, what's going to happen is we need to flip our inequality symbol around. So basically, if we have negative h is less than or equal to -4, 8 divided by 2 is 4. What we're going to do is, because we have this negative variable over here, we're going to flip, make this a positive, then this becomes positive on the other side, and then our inequality symbol flips around. Okay, so let me undo that. So we have a negative variable which is less than or equal to -4. Well, the negative variable is going to say that everything over here is the opposite, this negative variable. So negative h is backwards from all this. So in order to make this all positive, so when we flip the variable around, we need to flip the symbol around, and then we are also dividing by a negative. So now h is greater than or equal to +4. I'm going to go here. Okay. So just looking at another example down below. So we have -4 times m. We're going to do the opposite on the other side. So we're going to divide by 4 to cancel. But then, because this negative variable is, we have a negative variable here, we're going to divide by 4 on both sides. So this is going to be m. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and then a positive divided by negative is negative. But then, because we had this negative variable over here, we're going to flip this around in our answer. So the inverse is going to be m is less than or equal to -5. Okay. And graphing that out, so we go to -5, put a circle, and it's shaded. There's a equal to sign, so we're going to have a shaded circle, and then it's going to be less than, so we're going to go to the left. So here we have division. This fraction line means division. So we're going to go to the other side and do the opposite, which is multiplying. So canceling out the 4, we're going to multiply by both sides. So we have -g is less than 15 times 4, which is going to be 60. So the inverse, because we have a negative variable here, this negative variable means we need to switch this around. So less than becomes greater than. So we're going to switch this, and we're going to switch this. So we're going to flip the variable, flip the sign, and then also flip the sign of the other number. So g is actually greater than -60. And greater than is going to be going in the positive direction, so we're going to be going to the right. So same thing here. The fraction means division. So W is divided by -4. So we're going to go over here to the other side and we're going to do the opposite. And what are we going to do the opposite with? We're going to multiply by -4. Okay, so now we're going to have, let's see, multiplying by -4. That's going to cancel and then cancel. So we have W, and because we're dividing by a -4 over here, we would also flip this inequality sign around. The negative times a negative is a positive, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So whenever we multiply or divide by a negative, that is going to flip our sign around. Okay, so W is less than +12. We're going to go over here. Okay. So use inverse operations to solve. So the answer is going to be the variable, the sign, and then the solution, and then we're going to graph. So we're looking for three things: the variable, the sign, and then the solution. So here's the variable, here's the sign, and now the solution. All right, the opposite of subtracting is going to be adding. So that's going to cancel on the left side. So we have y is equal to, so bring that down. And then we have -8. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go +3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to end up at -5. So -8 plus 3 does not mean 8 plus 3. You're already -8. So that's actually 8 minus 3, which is 5. And then you have more negatives. So your answer is negative. So -6, -5, -4. And this is an equal to sign. So there's no arrow. There's just one solid circle. Okay, and so here, there's no operation here. 6 times C. So this is multiplication. So we go on the other side and then we divide. We're going to divide both sides by 7. Okay, so 70 divided by 7 is going to be 10. And then a negative divided by a positive is going to be negative. So C is equal to -10. -10, -11, -9. This is equal, so we're going to just put a solid circle here with no arrow. So this here, we're going to treat this as adding. So the opposite is going to be subtracting over here. -7, -7. So 12 minus 7. So 12 minus 7 is going to be 5. This cancels. So n is equal to 5. And this is equal to, so there's just one solid circle. So this is division. We're going to go to the other side and then multiply. And that is times 6. So we have R is equal to 60. -3 minus 3. So 12 minus 3 is 9 equals K. So we got 8, 9, 10. Okay, so on the back side, you're going to write the inequality that's represented in a number line. So it looks like this is maybe 4.5. So maybe 4.5. So we have, this is going to be x over here, any number. And then we have 4.5. Because this is shaded, it's equal to, and it's going to the right. So that's going to be greater than or equal to. So here's 7, and it's shaded, so it's equal to, and then it is going this way. So we got less than or equal to 7. We got 3 here, and it's not shaded, and it's only going to the right. So it's not equal. So divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 3, divide by 3, minus 2, minus 2, plus 3.2, plus 3.2. Less than or equal to, less than or equal to, less than, greater than or equal to. We got 18 divided by 4 is going to go 4, and then 4 and 2/4, and then you simplify that, that's going to give us 4.5 as an answer. Okay, 21 divided by 3 is 7. 5 minus 2 is 3, and that's going to give us 4.6. Okay, so this is 4.5. It's around 4.5. So we can solve each one of these here. So divide by 3, divide by 3. But okay, and so we're going to put the variable in here. So let's say x. This line is shaded, so it's equal to, and it's going to the right, so it's going to be greater than. So x is greater than or equal to 4.5. Well, if you look at your answer choices, this one is wrong. It's the wrong symbol. And also J is wrong. It's a wrong symbol. So now we need to look and see. It's either times 3 or it's times 4. So we could do 4 times 4.5 and see which one is true. Well, hold on. This is x. We don't even need to do that. So here's our variable, and then here's the symbol, and then here's our variable, and then here's the symbol. So these variables are backwards from how we write it up above. So if we flip it around, x is less than, and then right here for h, x is greater than. So we got to flip this to the other side and then flip that to the other side. So x is less than, x is greater than. So this one is backwards. Okay, and then looking at the next one here, we can also, here's a solid circle, so that's equal to, and then it's going to the left, so that is less than. So x is less than 7. So we go down here, here's our variable, here's the sign, variable sign, variable sign, and then variable sign. Flip this over to the other side. So this says x is greater than. This also says x is greater than. These are the wrong symbols. Okay, so now we put in 7. 7 minus 2 is not 9. And then 3 times 7 does equal 21. So this, if we solve it, 7 does not work for f. So here we have an open circle and it's going to the left. So we have x is less than 3. This is our variable x. Okay, so this says x is greater than, x is less than, x is greater than, x is less than. So right here, these are backwards because this says x is greater and this also says x is greater. So now we have 3 minus 5 and then we have 3 plus 2. So 3 minus 5 is not 8. All right, solution to the inequality. So if we put in 0, so 0 minus 3.2, 3.2 minus 3.2, 4.8 minus 3.2. So all we're doing is we're taking that minus 3.2 and we're checking to see which one is true. 6.4 minus 3.2. So that equals negative 3.2. This equals 0. And this is going to equal 1.6. And that's going to equal 3.2. So none of those solutions work. So right here, negative 3.2 goes in, and then 3.2 is going to come out.